All right, listeners, let's get ready to dive deep into the world of industrial machinery assemblers.
Sounds good.
We've got a really cool deep dive set up today, all thanks to RoleCatcher and their really amazing resources.
Oh yeah, their stuff's top notch.
We're going to decode this super in-demand role and give you all the tools to nail that interview with a little help from AI.
The power of AI, it's changing the game.
It really is. And speaking of game changers, you know what's fascinating about this field?
What's that?
It's how it merges hands-on work with super advanced technology. It's not your grandpa's assembly line anymore.
You got that right. It's all about robotics, programmable logic controllers, sophisticated systems.
Exactly. And the RoleCatcher Career Guide really paints this picture of an industrial machinery assembler as part mechanic, part tech genius.
A dynamic duo.
Totally. Before we jump into those interview questions, though, let's break down what an industrial machinery assembler actually does day to day.
Okay, so picture this. You're building the very backbone of modern manufacturing.
Wow, that's a powerful image.
It is. You could be assembling anything from intricate robotic arms to massive production lines using both traditional tools and computer-controlled systems.
So it's that blend of the old school and the cutting edge.
Yeah.
You got it.
Now, this is where I get really curious. How does RoleCatcher help me stand out in a sea of applicants, especially during the interview?
That's where their AI comes in, and it's seriously impressive.
Okay, I'm all ears.
Their system is designed to analyze job descriptions, identify those keywords, and then help you tailor your responses.
So you're hitting all the right notes, the things employers actually want to hear.
Exactly, you're speaking their language.
That sounds incredibly helpful, especially considering all those automated screening systems companies use these days.
Oh, absolutely. RoleCatcher is your secret weapon to beat the bots.
Outsmart the machine.
Yeah, and get your application in front of a real human.
Okay, that makes me feel a lot better. So once I dodge those bots and land that interview,
Then their interview guide comes into play. It's packed with insights on common questions, potential follow-ups, and even pitfalls to avoid. Okay, I'm ready. Let's fire up that interview guide and get in some questions.
all right, let's do it.
The first one seems pretty straightforward. What inspired you to become an industrial machinery assembler? Seems simple, but I bet there's more to it than just saying, I like to tinker.
You're definitely right. The interviewer wants to see genuine passion.
Okay, so what are they really looking for?
They want to hear your story, your connection to the field.
So I shouldn't just give a generic answer.
No way. Think about it. Did you always love taking things apart as a kid? Was there a specific machine or project that sparked your interest? Tell them about that spark.
Showcase that passion.
Yeah.
That makes sense. What if they follow up with, why this company? How do I tie my personal story to their work?
That's a great question. And that's where researching the company beforehand is key.
Okay, so I do my homework.
Exactly. Look into their products, their mission, their values, find something that resonates with you and connect it back to your own interests.
So like, if they specialize in sustainable manufacturing and I'm really into environmental stuff, that's a strong link.
Exactly. You're showing them you're a good fit, not just for the job, but for the company culture.
I like that, finding that point of intersection. And I bet RoleCatcher can help me uncover those connections.
Oh, definitely. Their AI can analyze the company's website and online presence, highlight relevant keywords that align with your interests.
That's pretty awesome. Okay, let's move on to the next question. This one's a bit more technical. What kinds of machines have you previously assembled, and what was your role in the process? This is where I'd probably start listing every gadget I've ever messed with.
I get it. It's tempting. But there is a better way.
I figured as much. So how do I approach this one?
Focus on relevance and detail. Instead of just listing machines, highlight the ones that directly relate to the job description.
So tailor it to what they're looking for. Makes
Yeah.
sense. What about my role? Should I just say I assembled it?
No, break it down step by step. Did you interpret blueprints, operate specific machinery, troubleshoot problems, or perform quality checks? Really paint a picture of your experience.
So instead of just a laundry list, I give them a detailed account of my skills. Okay? What if they dig deeper and ask, what was the most challenging part of that assembly?
That's your chance to showcase problem-solving skills and resilience.
Okay, because challenges are inevitable.
Exactly. Choose an example that demonstrates how you overcome obstacles. Maybe you had a tight deadline, a missing part, or a complex technical issue. Explain the steps you took to analyze the problem and find a solution.
So I'm turning a potential negative into a positive, showing I can handle pressure
Exactly.
and think critically. I bet RoleCatcher could help me choose the most impactful example.
You bet. Their AI can analyze keywords in the job description and suggest experiences that highlight the skills they're looking for.
Okay, this is great. I'm
Uh,
already feeling more prepared.
Out of that.
All right, let's tackle the next question. How do you ensure the quality of the assembled machine?
The million-dollar question.
Because nobody wants to build a robot that falls apart, right?
Exactly. This question is all about showcasing your attention to detail and commitment to excellence.
So I can't just say I'm careful.
Not really. You need to explain your process. Do you double-check measurements? Use specific quality control techniques. Perform thorough tests.
So I need to have a system,
Yeah.
a methodology, okay? Now I'm curious, what if they follow up with, have you ever had to reject a part or subassembly due to quality issues?
And that's a great question. It shows you're willing to stand up for quality, even if it means a delay.
Because ultimately, it's about the final product.
Exactly. Share a specific example where you identified a flaw and took the necessary steps to correct it. It shows you're committed to building a product that meets the highest standards.
So I'm not just an assembler, I'm a quality advocate.
Precisely.
Okay. Before we move on to the next question, I want to remind our listeners that RoleCatcher isn't just a static resource.
Oh no, it's way more than that.
It's an interactive platform that personalizes your interview prep.
It's constantly learning and evolving, providing you with the most up-to-date insights.
So it's like having a secret weapon in your back pocket.
You got it. And we're just getting started.
Awesome. Let's dive into some more questions and see how RoleCatcher can help us ace that interview.
Let's do it. Welcome back to our deep dive into industrial machinery assemblers. We're going to tackle some more of those challenging interview questions.
The ones that really make you stand out, right?
Exactly. The ones that separate the pros from the amateurs.
Okay, I'm ready to level up. Let's get back to RoleCatcher's interview guide. What's next?
Okay, so this next one is a classic problem-solving question. Describe a time you encountered a problem during assembly and how you resolved it.
It's a good one. It really tests those analytical skills.
Absolutely. They want to see you think on your feet,
And I bet this is where those pros and cons from the career guide come in.
right?
Oh, yeah. That demanding work environment problems are bound to pop up.
So they want to know, I can handle the heat.
Exactly. Choose an example that shows how you diagnose the issue, gather information, and implement a fix.
So like troubleshooting a faulty component?
That's a good one. Or working around a missing part. Or even adapting to a last-minute design change. So it's not just about having solved problems, but showing my process.
You got it.
Yes.
And how you stay calm under pressure.
Okay. What if they follow up with something like, what did you learn from that experience?
That's a chance to demonstrate continuous learning.
Always growing.
Yeah.
Always learning.
Exactly. Talk about how the experience helped you improve your problem-solving skills or your understanding of the assembly process.
Or even how I communicate with my team.
That's a great point.
I bet RoleCatcher's AI could suggest the most relevant lessons from my past experiences.
Definitely. It can analyze keywords in the job description and recommend specific takeaways that the employer values.
That's awesome.
Oh.
Okay, next question. How do you ensure the safety of yourself and others during assembly?
Safety. This is a big one,
It's not just about wearing the right gear.
right? No way. Safety is paramount. Interviewers want to see you understand protocols and have a proactive mindset.
So go beyond the basics.
Exactly.
Instead of just listing off PPE, I should talk about specific procedures I've used.
Yes, or how you've actively identified and mitigated hazards.
Like I once noticed a trip hazard and fixed it right away.
Perfect. Or maybe you spoke up when a colleague wasn't following protocol.
Being a safety advocate.
Exactly.
What if they ask, tell me about a time you had to stop work due to a safety concern?
Ooh, that's a chance to shine. Share an example where you identified a risk and took action.
Even if it caused a delay.
Right, because safety comes first. Explain the situation, the danger, and the steps you took to ensure everyone's well-being.
Showing you're not afraid to prioritize safety. Okay, I bet RoleCatcher could help me choose a safety experience that matches the company's culture.
Absolutely. Their AI can analyze company data reviews articles to understand their safety emphasis.
Tailor my answer to their values.
You got it.
Okay, this is great. Let's move on. How do you stay up to date with advancements in industrial machinery assembly?
Staying ahead of the curve. This field is constantly evolving.
So continuous learning is crucial?
It's essential. Employers want to know you're invested in your development.
So more than just, I read trade magazines?
Right. Talk about specific courses, conferences, online resources you use.
Okay, specifics. And what about new technologies? Should I mention those?
Absolutely. Collaborative robots, 3D printing, the industrial Internet of Things.
So I'm excited about the future of the field.
Exactly.
What if they ask, what emerging tech are you most interested in and why?
That's a great question. Choose a tech that aligns with your interests and the company's work. Explain why it excites you.
So I need to do my research on the company and the industry.
You got it.
And I bet RoleCatcher could suggest relevant technologies.
For sure. Their platform can give you insights to align your interests with the company's direction.
Wow, this is amazing. Okay, let's tackle teamwork now. How do you approach working with a team during assembly,
Teamwork makes the dream work, right?
especially in this field?
Absolutely. Industrial machinery assembly often involves big, complex projects, lots of collaboration.
So I should talk about delegating, communicating, clearly resolving conflicts.
Yes. Highlight those skills.
What if they ask, tell me about a time you had to resolve a team conflict during an assembly project?
That's a common one. It's all about showcasing those conflict resolution skills.
Okay, so I choose an example like a disagreement over methods or a personality clash.
Exactly. Explain how you approached it, listened to everyone, and found a solution that benefited the team.
Showing I can handle those tricky interpersonal dynamics. I bet RoleCatcher can help me find potential conflict scenarios that are common in this field.
Definitely. Their AI can analyze industry data and identify challenges that teams often face during assembly.
So I can be prepared.
Exactly.
Okay, this is all incredibly helpful. Let's keep going.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's do it. How do you approach troubleshooting an issue in a machine that's already been assembled?
This is where those problem-solving skills really come in.
Absolutely. It's all about having a systematic approach.
So analyzing, gathering information, testing solutions.
Yes. Explain your step-by-step process. Do you review documentation? Use diagnostic tools? Consult with colleagues?
Show I have a structured approach. What if they ask, what's the most complex troubleshooting challenge you faced, and how did you overcome it?
Choose an example that highlights your technical skills and critical thinking.
Okay, so something like diagnosing an electrical fault or deciphering an error code.
Exactly. Show them you're not afraid of a challenge.
And that I'm persistent.
Yeah.
I bet RoleCatcher could help me choose a challenge that aligns with the company's specific machinery.
Oh, for sure. Their AI can analyze their website, job descriptions, even patent filings to see what technologies they use.
So I can tailor my answer to their expertise.
Exactly.
This is awesome. Okay, next question. How do you approach prioritizing tasks during assembly?
Prioritization is key on the production floor.
Things can get hectic.
Absolutely. You got to stay organized.
So I should mention tools I use, like to-do lists or project management software.
Yes. Anything that helps you manage your workload and deadlines.
Okay. What if they ask, tell me about a time you had to juggle multiple tasks and deadlines. How did you handle it?
That one's all about handling stress and prioritizing effectively.
Okay. So I choose an example where I had to adapt to changing priorities and make tough decisions.
Exactly. Show them you can stay calm, focused, and productive even under pressure.
I like that. I bet RoleCatcher could help me find examples of challenges that are common in this specific work environment.
You bet. Their AI can analyze industry data and company reviews to see the typical work pace and pressure levels.
So I know what to expect.
Exactly.
This is incredibly helpful. Okay, ready for more?
Let's do it.
Welcome back to the deep dive, everyone. We've covered so much ground already.
We have, from understanding the role to tackling those interview questions.
And let's not forget about RoleCatcher's AI platform.
Yeah.
That thing is a game changer.
It's like having a cheat code for your career.
Totally.
Yeah.
But before we get back to those awesome AI features, I want to talk about the bigger picture, career growth.
That's a great point. It's not just about getting the job, it's about where that job can take you.
Exactly. And the RoleCatcher Career Guide actually does a fantastic job of laying out a clear path for advancement in this field.
Oh, yeah. They really break it down nicely.
And they get really specific, too. They actually outline the typical career stages for an industrial machinery assembler.
It's super helpful to see that progression.
So let's walk through those stages, shall we? Starting with entry-level assembler. What does that look like?
Okay, so at the entry level, it's all about mastering the fundamentals. Blueprint, reading basic hand tools, assisting with those computer-controlled machines.
Laying that foundation.
Exactly.
Then you move up to junior assembler. What changes there?
So as a junior assembler, you're taking on more complex assemblies with less supervision.
Responsibility.
Yeah. You might be troubleshooting basic issues, mentoring newer assemblers, or even leading small teams on specific tasks.
So you're building those leadership skills, too.
Exactly.
And then the top tier, senior industrial machinery assembler.
Yeah, you're the expert.
The master of the assembly line.
Pretty much, senior assemblers oversee those sophisticated systems, provide guidance to junior team members, and often collaborate with engineers on new designs and assembly techniques.
Wow. So there's real potential for growth and leadership in this field. That's pretty inspiring.
Absolutely. And the career guide go even further with their Elevating Your Career section.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. What did they highlight there?
It emphasizes continuous learning networking, seeking out opportunities to really showcase your skills.
So it's all about being proactive and always pushing yourself to learn and grow.
Exactly.
And speaking of learning and growth, let's circle back to RoleCatcher and how their AI can help us take our job search to the next level.
Let's do it.
We've touched on this throughout the deep dive, but it's worth repeating just how powerful these tools are.
Seriously, they can be a game changer.
Beyond those amazing career and interview guides, they have that CV resume builder that uses AI to tailor your application to each specific job.
It's like having a professional resume writer on call 24/7.
Exactly. It takes the stress out of creating a standout resume.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's that employer database.
Mm.
It connects you with companies that are actively hiring for roles that match your profile.
It's all about finding the right fit for you.
It sounds like RoleCatcher is a personalized matchmaking service for your career.
I like that.
This has been an incredible deep dive into the world of industrial machinery assemblers.
It really has.
We've explored the RoleCatcher, deconstructed those interview questions, and even mapped out a potential career path.
And we can't forget about RoleCatcher.
Right. They've given us the insights, the tools, and the confidence to succeed in this field.
They really have.
So if you're ready to build a future in this exciting and dynamic field, be sure to check out RoleCatcher. Their AI-powered platform can help make your dreams a reality.
Absolutely.
And one final thought to leave you with. As you embark on this career path, remember that the most important machine you'll ever assemble is your own future. Keep learning, keep growing, and keep building. Until next time, happy assembling.